One of the most important skills that your dog can have when you're using positive reinforcement training is staying committed to eating food even when distractions are happening. So in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how you can teach your dog to stay committed to the snuffle box behavior while distractions are happening, so that you can use this for management in situations where your dog may want to go off and bark at another dog, in situations where your dog is just distracted by the environment and needs a little bit of help getting down and regulating. So I'm going to start with throwing some kibble in my snuffle box, and I like to give my dog a cue for that, so I say scatter. And I'm going to sprinkle a bunch of kibble in that snuffle box. Now, the important part here is I'm going to keep dropping food in there as long as my dog's head is down in the box. So when he looks up at me like that, I'm not dropping any food, I'm waiting for his head to go back down. That kibble can help pull him in. And then I want him to stay there. Now, once he is down in the box and he's staying in the box, I can start to add some light distractions. So I can start moving around, I can pick up a toy and move that around with me. And as I am moving, I am going to be tossing food into the box to reward him and encourage him to stay in there. If food pops out of the box, I'm just going to wait while he eats it until his head goes back in. Then I can start to intensify those distractions a little bit. And what I want to make sure is that when I intensify the distraction, the food delivery comes right after. So I am going to wait until his head's back in, reward again. And then I'm going to throw this, and the second it hits the ground, I want to be dropping more food into that box. So I'm throwing that, and I drop food into the box. I throw this, and I drop food into the box. That way, I am rewarding him to prevent him from coming out of the box, but also to teach him to stay in the box. I can throw that over him, and then I drop food in the box, right? So he looked up at it, but that food coming back to him prevented him from going over to the toy. And now he's a little bit interested, so we're going to try that again, and we're going to work here until he no longer comes up out of the box when that toy hits the ground. Very good. And we had some food outside the box. We're just going to pause and wait until he's back in. And that was very good. So this food came out way over here, but he chose to go back to the box instead, which I really like to see. Now we're going to amp up a little bit more. Reward. And when he comes out, I just pause, wait for him to go back in. The game starts again. Whoop. Didn't mean to hit ya. Good. And so now he's really into it enough that he's not even coming out when the food lands right next to the box. Now I can also even go in and touch him a little bit and drop food into the box. I wouldn't do this if your dog has resource guarding tendencies, but he does not. So I can use this to work on some handling. So I touch him, and then food happens. And I come in and touch him, and then food happens. And then when I want him to come out of the box, I can just use my yes and lead him out of it and pick it up. That way, when I'm working on this specific skill, he knows that as long as the box is down, your head should stay in there. Okay, go get your toys. Good boy.